Welcome back to Ales and Fails Miniatures. Today we are reviewing the D&D Icons of the Realms Bone Rock. Been pretty excited to see this one come out. They look a little goofy, and yeah, it's just something I've been excited to review, so let's get into it. Alright, let's at least get it out of the box here.
Let's see what we're working with.
Yeah. We really pick up, if we can, find stuff on clearance and things like that, just because at the end of the day, it may be a little bit more of a pain if they're not in perfect condition, because you have to fix it, but at the same time, again, you get a better deal on it, and it's most of the time, no matter how bad the break is, it's easily fixable. Like this one, we've lost the head.
So no head.
Yeah, we'll probably just drill a hole in this, put a little pin into the body, and try and reconnect it that way.
Might work.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's get this guy completely
In the meantime, let's look at the rest of the old boy.
Yeah, definitely. Let me just see. That fits. Okay, just like that. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, overall, it's a sweet looking miniature, actually. I really like the bone color, and the sculpt is great. I will say the biggest thing for me is they did no dry brush or anything on the wings. It's just painted black.
Same with the beak.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the glossy black, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's undead. And this is a weird little undead creature. Not little at all, but undead creature.
Huge.
Even by the name, Bone Rock, it's not necessarily a rock. It's just kind of an amalgam of flying things.
Yeah.
Even has a table that allows you to adjust for that. But the way that it looks, again, mainly with the bone one color, these bleached bones almost, and the glossy black, I just kind of like that for the... It doesn't... I mean, it gives a necrotic kind of feel.
Yeah.
But it does just feel a little, like, off, because it's an undead bird.
Yeah.
There's nothing living going through this. It's just magic keeping it afloat, so...
Yeah, I mean, you could say that, you know, the feathers are covered in ichor or something like that, and that's why they're glossy black. So.
Yeah. Or it's just straight shadow keeping it afloat.
That's true. So,
however you want to play it. But overall, yeah, the sculpt and everything looks great, and all the ribs and the vertebrae.
Yeah.
It's pretty gorgeous, aside from, obviously, the little boo-boo it has.
Well, let's take care of that, and then we'll be right back with you guys after it's all in one piece. Alright, so as you can see, it's not very hard to fix things. Obviously, I have some fancy tools to do so, but you don't need those tools in order to actually fix things. And again, I got this for just over 50% off. I got about 55% off on it. So, I mean, just for something that's broken, that's that easily fixable.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's worth just trying to pick up broken ones just in order to save yourself a little bit of money at the end of the day. But yeah, this miniature as a whole, just like we were saying right before we cut there, was the vertebrae and everything look amazing. The actual bone color and everything looks amazing. It's actually a really cool sculpt and looks a lot less goofy than I thought it was going to.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just when they use it says bone rock. Yeah. You're expecting a bone rock, but they went a different art direction for the creature because it doesn't have to be a rock. And I think also I think even like this rib cage area might be like upside down. I have no clue.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird for sure.
It is just an amalgam.
Yeah,
and that's the whole point of it.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, this is from Vecna Eve of Ruin. If you haven't picked yourself up a copy, do so. Mm-hmm. They look gorgeous, especially the alt covers.
But it's just an amalgam undead, and it can be made up of different things. Either it's monstrosities or beasts. I know giant owl, or if it's an actual rock, it'll be big and actually have the rock's flying speed.
Yeah, because
this thing's fast normally in the air, but it doesn't walk correct. Yeah. It's like 15-foot walk speed, unless it's one of the other things, and then it gets higher.
If you roll a 1 on the D6 table, that's an axe beak. So the bone rock walking speed is now 50 feet rather than its normal.
Because it'll be like the axe beak.
Yeah, it's normally 15 feet, and it has a flying speed of 90. And like he was saying, if you roll a 6 on the D6, then it actually is a rock. Made up of a rock, becomes a gargantuan creature, and its flying speed goes up to 120, so that's kind of cool.
I think, in all honesty, if I wanted to be that guy to my party, which I think I might at some point, I'd just use everything. All the advantages, the giant owl stealth,
cool, yeah.
The rocks thing, because it's an amalgam.
Is that what it gets?
There's no stopping at 1. Because you can just use all of them. But I was even thinking, like, what if it was like a swarm of sturges?
Yeah.
Those cool. Little things that drain your blood. So why not just have some weird effect if it's a swarm of smaller creatures? Yeah. It doesn't reflect that, obviously, but you could just say, oh, they all, here's a bunch that make up one wing, here's a bunch that make up another, or the feet. Shoot, there could be 3 sturges or 4 sturges that make up a single foot. Yeah, and it's just like their beaks grabbing instead of claws.
Oh, that would be nasty and wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, you can use miniatures just as a representation on the table and then still actually describe something different to your players. Just tell them that, hey, we're using this as a representation because they don't make what our crazy minds just made up in order to fight. But it can be so the table, it can be an axe beak, a cockatrice, a giant owl, a periton, a pteranodon, and a rock. Mm-hmm. So, and again, you just get different stats based on what you roll on that. But like Brian and I was saying, it would be fun just to give it all the bonuses of the D6 table there.
If there's not one you find, you just make one. Again,
that's true.
Like a swarm of sturges.
Yeah.
Boom. You've already got something new.
You could even do like a wyvern and do actually give it like a poison bite or something like that. Would be kind of cool.
The talons are necrotic, but the beak isn't. Which I was a little sad when in the stats. So I might just give the beak necrotic too.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah, especially because they're both
It's the same creature.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot you can do with this thing, even just as it is, and it's definitely a unique looking thing. So whether it's someone's mount, like a necromancer's mount, or it's just by itself, it's a fun looking miniature to mess with.
And like I said, I know I'm saying it again, but it looks a lot less goofy than the original images did. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually really happy about that, because originally I thought this thing was going to look
like a flamingo.
Yeah, and it definitely does not. It actually is way cooler looking. Has a lot more character to it than I thought.
Hold on. He's caught the leg. Got the leg.
He's up.
Might be a flamingo.
He's got one leg
up. It's a dire flamingo rock. There you go.
All right, but overall, really is a great miniature. Would highly recommend picking one up. It's a super fun one. Glad to finally add it to this collection. I don't have a lot of like I have a lot of skeletons, but not a lot of creature
Bigger
skeletons.
undead.
So really excited. But yeah, if you did like, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.